All right, class, before we start our last video for today, or at the beginning of our last video, can anyone tell me what an irregular verb is? It's an irregular verb. All right, if you said that it does not use edit, past tense ending, you are exactly right. And we have a couple irregular verbs today. So let's go to our irregular verbs page, which is 19. All right, so for these ones, we'll just be writing the present tense and then the past tense. All right, so our first one is by. Now, class, by is a little tricky. We have a silent letter in the middle. What silent letter is in the middle of the word buy, as in I will buy the turkey? Good, we have a silent U. And which I do we use? Good, yeah, I-E, which is saying its name because it's in what kind of syllable? Good, an open syllable. So go ahead and write by here and mark it. That's our present tense. All right, pause it until you're ready, and then you can check your work. All right, this is what our by should look like. All right, and now we're going to go to our past tense of by. So we'll skip the middle line for right now. The past tense of by, what is it, class? Remember, we don't use edit. We've got a whole separate word, right? It's bought. All right, and which ah do we use in bought? Good, o, oo, uff, off, ah, ow. So go ahead and write that and mark it on our third line right here. Pause the video till you're ready, because I'm going to show you. All right, that is our bought. So make sure yours looks like that. All right, now we're going to go down to our next line below that because we've got another irregular verb. And our present tense is bring. So go ahead and write bring in the present tense column on your next free line. Say the sounds while you write them. All right, pause it if you're not ready. All right, remember we need both these letters to say ng. If we just had this, it would be brin, right? And that's not what we want to write. We want to write bring. All right, class, who can tell me the past tense of bring? Good, it is brought. So like bought, but we just have one extra letter, brought. So go ahead and find your past tense column. That's the third column. Go ahead and write brought. Wait, before you write it, which ah do we use in brought? Good. O, oo, uff, off, ah, ow. Go ahead and write that. All right. So check it, make sure it looks like that. All right, well, that is it for page 19. All right, before we go to our next page, I'm wondering if you can tell me which part of speech guy is. Guy, I saw a guy walking on the street. Remember, that means kind of the same thing as man. It's just a little bit less formal, guy. What part of speech is it? Remember, let's think before we say it because we know how to figure this out. All right, class, is guy a noun? Let's see, a noun is what? Good, a person, place, or thing. Is a guy a person? Oh, a guy is a person. So let's go to our nouns page. As you can tell, I'm very behind on my nouns page. But is a guy a who or what? All right, I hope we said who, because remember, all people are going to be whos. So on the who line, we're going to write Guy. Which G do we use in Guy, class? Good, G, two-letter G, always followed by a vowel. And which I do we use? Good, yeah, it, I-E, because we can't use it, I-E. That is not at the end of English words, so go ahead and write and mark Guy. All right, if you haven't finished, pause the video. All right, class, the last thing we're going to do is go to page 45. I haven't been very good recently about getting us to write our words in the lesson section, so I'm going to make sure I do that every day for the rest of the quarter. So our upper left-hand corner, this is lesson J1 because we just started list J. All right, so go ahead and write that. All right, our first word is found, class. Which ow do we use in found? Good, ow-o, ooh-uh. So go ahead and write and mark that on the first line. Okay, pause it if you're not ready. All right, our next word is ground. Right, which ow do we use in ground? Good, ow-o, ooh-uh, just like in found. Remember, whenever we have that nd at the end after an ow, it's going to be ow-o, ooh-uh. All right, if you haven't finished writing and marking ground, pause it. All right. Our next word is guy. Class, which g do we use in guy? Good, g, two-letter g, always followed by a vowel. And which I? Good, yeah, and I-E, because we can't use I. All right. And in by, we have a silent letter so that by looks like guy, except for the marking. So what silent letter do we have in the middle of by? Good, silent U. Go ahead and write and mark by. All right, if you haven't finished yet, pause it. And let's check there. All right. Our next word is bought. Which aw do we use in bought, class? Good, o, oo, uff, off, ah, ow. So go ahead and write and mark bought. All right, our next word is bring. All right, that one, all we have to remember is that we've got ng at the end, not ng. So go ahead and write and mark that. And our last word is brought. Which aw do we use in brought? Good, o, oo, uff, off, ah, ow, just like in bought. Right, so we have these words that kind of are words that use the same spelling patterns. Hopefully that's going to help us when we come to the quiz. And then just for the rest of our life so we know how to spell these words. All right, so pause the video if you haven't finished writing and marking brought. All right. Nice work today, class. I will see you tomorrow.